said, I know you, young man.
I'm Joseph Glarner, and I am the musical director for the Warren Music Conservatory. The original Warren Music Conservatory was founded in 1904 by Dr. Leroy Campbell, and he was a world-renowned music theorist, and he was also a psychologist. The Warren community had more millionaires per capita than any other community in America during the 1890s. Usually, music went along with that kind of opulence. So Warren had this College of Music where many people would come study, and it was supported not only by the students, but the community at large. It closed during World War II and reopened shortly thereafter, and ran until the late 70s as far as we can tell. The Warren Music Conservatory was also home to the Warren Boy Choir, which was under Columbia Artist Management. They sang on the Will Rogers television show, the Paul Whiteman show. They sang with such groups like the Vienna Boys Choir, and were heard on national radio and would travel all over the eastern seaboard to sing at various events.
Here we go again, my, how can I resist?
I grew up in Warren, Pennsylvania, and started playing music as a small child, and eventually went to college for music. And in my early 20s, I met a gentleman who told me about the Warren Music Conservatory and that he was a teacher there. He was in a nursing home, and he pulled out all these pictures, and I sat with him for about an hour as he kind of told me his life story and told me a bit about the Warren Music Conservatory. I actually told him if I ever found myself living in Warren again, I would like to start that conservatory again, because I felt that Warren was the type of community that really needed something like that, especially for young people.
Hi, I'm Addison Gee. I'm one of the many music teachers here at the Warren Music Conservatory, as well as our orchestra and string program director. I run 2 orchestras, our string ensemble, I assist with a rock band, and I have a bunch of private lessons. So I ran into Joe, the owner, and he said that he needed a upright bass teacher, and then mentioned that he could also use an accordion teacher, piano lessons, guitar, saxophone, all things that I do. Within a month or two, was very busy here. My grandfather bought me a violin, I think it was 6 or 7 years old. I hated it. I picked up a bunch of different instruments instead, but kind of followed in his footsteps. He's largely a guitar player, and then went to school for music at Monroe Community College up in Rochester, New York, and I'd been looking for a place to share my passion and happened to be moving back into Warren and thought it was a great fit.
I'm Dr. Dale Haight, and I'm the Dean of Faculty. I'm responsible for walking with the owner, the director, Joseph Glarner, to keep staff development going on and to make sure that we're lining up the students that we have here with the right teacher. I have a long history of working in the area of Christian music, worship music, and I functioned primarily as a music and worship pastor as well as senior pastor for many years and traveled all over the world teaching seminars. So that's what I do. I come from a musical family. In fact, here in this room behind the camera up on the wall is my first guitar. My grandfather gave it to me when I was 8 years old. I developed over the years all genres of music, all kinds of music. My wife and I were out walking on the streets here during the Christmas walk and parade and so forth. There was a string ensemble playing inside one of our big rooms here, and they had music piped outside. And my wife said, "Boy, I'd love to learn how to play cello. I would love to do that." She came by and Joe poked his head out. I'd known him for a number of years. He saw me out there and he poked his head out the door and he says, "You should come here and teach guitar." And I said, "Well, actually, my wife would like to take cello," and that's how this all started.
All right, well, I'm Paul Schwanke. I teach lessons here at the Music Conservatory. Teach guitar, piano, ukulele, blues, jazz. My parents kind of threw me in everything. A lesson here and a lesson there, and I started this and I started that, and I started playing piano when I was 5 and started playing guitar when I was 8. Went to Penn State and got my degree in music at University Park. Made it here. I actually started teaching here when I was 16, 17. I'm 24 now. Joe Glarner, he ran the jazz band when I was here, played guitar in it, and after that, he invited me back to do some subbing and stuff, and I've gained my own students since then.
My name is Olena Furman, and I'm from Ukraine. I've been here for 9 months, and I'm voice and piano teacher at Music Conservatory. When I was 6, I went to the music school in Ukraine and I studied around 10 years at music school. Then I went to the college, music college. When I came to Warren, one of my friends told me about Music Conservatory. It's a really wonderful place for Warren County, and here is very good teachers, very good people, like a big family.
So the conservatory was recommended to me when I was at the Chautauqua Music Store. And Billy, I believe is his name, recommended that my daughter and I check out the conservatory for guitar lessons. She and I are taking guitar lessons together, which is fantastic. Got a lot to offer to students, adults, anybody interested in learning the basics all through advanced music and probably all the instruments.
Hi, my name is Abigayle Nordin, and I am a student over at the Music Conservatory, and I'm currently taking guitar and bass lessons. I just wanted to, have something so I can try to be as much of a multi-instrumentalist as possible, because for the last 40 years of my life, I've been playing keyboards and singing.
How wonderful life is while you're in the world.
So back in 2019, I applied for the Music Conservatory, and the rest is history from there. The Music Conservatory is a great educational purpose for teaching them about where all these songs that people are listening to right now, where it all began.
You want your open note and your 12th note on the note on the 12th fret, you want them to match.
We have many benefits for the community. Not only do we provide a safe haven for kids that want to learn music, we also provide musical opportunities to them as well, like our youth orchestra programs, our community choir, and some of our other performance opportunities that are free for kids to attend. We've performed at like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland and a lot of different local events to support other community groups.
We are involved with anything and everything we can be in the community. Everything from putting on public events and showcases we call them, with our students and our orchestras and our choir, to answering the need when some event is going on, they need even the national anthem sung. We can pull together the voices of the conservatory.
Well, community-wise, there's all sorts of stuff. I mean, we do drum circles, and anytime we have any sort of guest musician that comes through, first of all, we like to make them comfortable, and second of all, we like to show their talents to the community and make sure that we can get everybody involved in it, because that's the point of music, right?
Being able to engage with so many students from so many different backgrounds, whether they're young kids just starting an instrument for the first time, or they're in their 90s and they've always wanted to pick up the accordion and thought, better now than never. Just getting the opportunity to share that love and passion for music with the greater Warren area is just a blast.
My name is Jerome. I am the leader of the group. I am coordinating. I'm the music director. We have a group in Ghana where we do all these pieces. So we have a repertoire that is more than 10, 15 that we tour around with it and we present it on stage. And what we just did today here for the students, we teach them palongo, both dancing and drumming.
So we really appreciate you guys by receiving us.
This particular school have made a friendship with us. Every year we come here to do this. I mean, a lot of people even get to recognize our faces. When we get here, they get all like, drum. And I'm like, how do you even remember? They say, last year you were here. And I say, yeah, last year I was here. All the thanks and everything we do here go to Joseph, because without him, you wouldn't have seen us here. We would have just come here once and that's it. But he held the friendship, he held it. And every year he's managed to bring us to the school.
This place is like a bubble because people are very happy and welcoming here. So much of our world is not as personable as maybe some of the interactions that you have here in the Music Conservatory. But when you come to a place that's centered around music, music is quite literally the most healthiest activity for the human brain. There's no other activity on the planet that forges more new neural pathways in the brain than music. So when you come into a building that is full of music, you'll actually find quite a lot of joy in that environment. We appreciate everyone that's interested in what we do, and if you are interested in what we are doing here, you can always check us out online at thewarrenmusicconservatory.com.